Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. First of all, I got to say, wow. Thank you for all the love on AGT last night. My social media was blowing up. So many nice comments. I love the way they did the piece because you never know. Once you do a show like that, you just never know how it's going to get edited. And it's to me, it's all about family and comedy, and they definitely highlighted that. So I appreciate all the nice comments, man. It blew me away. Actually, it blew me away. When I watched it, I cried again. I was watching, I saw it twice. I watched it on the East Coast feed because AGT sends you a link. So you get to watch it on the East Coast. Then I watched it on the West Coast, cried two more times. I don't know what's happening to me. I cry so much. I'm so sensitive. I am so sensitive. I don't know what's my problem. But thank you for all the love, man. All the JRE fans. I mean, you guys are blowing up my inbox. I appreciate it, man. And Joe Rogan got a huge fan base, and they all coming through, man. And I appreciate that. All my comedy friends showing me love on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, it just blew me away. Me and my wife were just humbled by the whole experience. Thank you, Simon Cowell. Thank you, Howie. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Heidi Klum, Eric Stone Street that filled in. Thank you to AGT. This is an incredible, incredible moment. And hopefully, hopefully I'll move forward and hopefully I can continue to perform. So I'm really blessed and humbled to be on the show. Today, though, on the show, the last time I had him on, it blew up. I'll just be honest with you. People love my parents. People love my parents. And a couple of things I want to say before I get to my parents. At the end of July, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Comedy Club doing like 4 shows. So go to michaelyo.com for all those details. Definitely want to see you out there. If it's safe, by then I will be out there. And then at the end of August, I will be in Minneapolis. If it's safe, I will be in Minneapolis. So definitely get your tickets to that. And I also started a Patreon. If you want to support the podcast, you can do that as well. All the money goes to edit it, put out clips, book bigger guests. So it's all that. All that is on michaelyo.com. And I'll leave the links in the comment section. But please welcome to the show. Here they are, Mama and Papa Yo. What is going on, guys? How are you?
Hi, cry baby.
How you doing?
You calling me a crybaby already?
Yes. You have already cried last night.
Oh my God. My cry was so ugly last night. I just naturally have an ugly cry. Was I a crier when I was a kid?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
But that time was a cute cry.
It was a cute cry back in the day, but now it's just ugly, huh? So what'd you guys think? You knew it was coming on. You didn't know where in the show it was coming on, but when you saw it, what'd you think? What was the first thing that popped into your head?
There's Michael on the screen.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Well, I mean, okay. Mom, what'd you think?
I think you did a really great job.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the lesson. I kept laughing, so that was really good. I really enjoyed it.
What about you, Dad? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll give you a solid 8.
Really? I give a solid 10.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you giving your son an 8?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
You gotta make it real, man.
What do you mean make it real? It wasn't real?
No, I mean my score is what I think,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a solid. Well, did anybody last night score a 10 on the show on AGT?
Well, now I gotta think who was on there. I can't really think who was on there other than you because my attention was on you.
Yeah. What about the slam poet? He was really good. The guy with the poetry.
Well, yeah, but I'm not really into that.
Okay. All right.
Didn't they have somebody who did some dances on there I can't remember when that happened.
First one.
Oh, the cheerleaders?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving me an 8 instead of a 10, Dad. Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. Make it real.
Make it real. You got to make it real.
Exactly.
So anything stood out to the performance? Did you ask yourself why I was crying so much?
Did I do what?
What'd you think about me crying so much?
Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Why not?
Because I didn't see any reason to cry.
What do you
should be
mean?
happy about it. I mean, but I don't see any reason to cry about
It
it.
was tears of joy. That's what it was. I was
Okay.
so happy I cried.
Yeah, it's a joy cry.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
That's good.
No, and it was so stressful walking in there with no audience, just the judges. You know?
So
Like
if the
there's-
audience were there, if the
Hey,
audience,
turn off that phone. You're on a podcast, Mom.
Okay, let me turn this thing off. Yeah.
What'd you
ain't
say, Dad?
something? Got the phone on and doing the podcast.
So disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
it certainly
Isn't that
is.
something?
Certainly,
Yeah.
you won't have that happen over here.
That's right. That's right.
On this side.
You never carry phone.
So well, let's go back to when you were saying that I cried so much and tears of joy. I told you it was tears of joy. And I said it was stressful performing with no audience, you know, because our timing is off laughs and all I had was the judges. So I think I was just stressed out about that. And that it's just overwhelming to have, you know, my wife there. And it's just a big moment, man. And I respect all the judges, especially Simon Cowell, so much. So I think I was kind of taken over with emotion.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try not to cry next time, Dad.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if you gotta cry, cry.
No, you making
But,
fun of me for crying.
But
You give me an 8 on my performance. Then you say I don't need to be crying.
well, you really cried hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you can cry and don't cry that hard. I mean, that was really hard crying.
Yeah, really hard cry.
I thought somebody had died.
Yeah. Oh man, it was just emotional. That whole thing was emotional. And it
Yeah.
just I was just caught up in the moment. And
Yeah.
and then when you're waiting for 4 people to say yes, knowing how I think it also was AGT, I have friends that's been on it and it's changed their lives. So it's a thing where you see your friends that do well on the show and you know what it can actually do. Like AGT is the one show that can really change your life.
Of course.
And when you're thinking about that, you're like, I got to move on to the next round. And they didn't show it, but right before me, there was a girl on that sang that was unbelievable. And Simon said no to her because he was like, you know, it was more of opera type of singer. Huh?
No, Michael said, what's she doing? Like, you just say she sang.
Yeah, she sang opera.
Oh.
She was like 9 or 10 years old and she sang opera and she was unbelievable. It was to the point where when I was backstage, everybody was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then they said no to her because they were like, you know, we've seen this before. We don't know if it can win the show. You know, it's never come close to winning the show, but it's been done a lot. And I was like, they said no to her. Oh my goodness. You know, so the stress level was through the roof and yeah, so I think I was just caught up with emotion. So it was something that was, but now when I look back, it came out exactly like I wanted it to come out. You know, I'm all about family. I'm all about comedy. And I don't think you could have put anything on the air that would have represented me more. Because after I had kids, I cry all the time.
Yeah, I think it's a really perfect way to look at you and Claire and Oliver and Elise. 4 of you together, that picture really touches my heart.
Aw. And where'd I get the crying from? Like, you're not sensitive, Dad. You don't cry.
Oh, yeah, I did. I cried, but at the appropriate times.
Like a sad movie.
Like a sad movie. Okay.
Yeah, I do that sometimes in a sad movie. Yeah.
And Mom, what about you? Are you a crier or no?
No, not really. I don't cry at the movie.
You don't cry at the movies.
No.
Okay. So like I don't know how I became so sensitive because y'all weren't, I don't remember when growing up ever seeing y'all cry. Ever.
Yeah, we're not sensitive. You're totally different from us.
I love that. My mom said you're not sensitive. Both of y'all not sensitive at all.
No, we're not. But
Oh, I'm sensitive. She doesn't know it. I'm sensitive.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes. Yes.
I
am.
don't know. When you were whipping me with that belt, I didn't feel the sensitivity then.
Well, it was still there.
It was still there.
The
yeah,
sensitivity
he
was there.
cried in his
I was
heart.
crying while I was whipping you. It was hurting me more than it was hurting you.
I doubt that very seriously. It only happened twice, but I remember each time. So, and I deserved it. I deserved it.
Well, yes, I would think so. Except the one time, you maybe didn't deserve that one.
I didn't. We don't need to get into that. But
Okay.
yeah, y'all lied. Somebody in our family lied.
Hey,
Somebody in our family
Don't
lied.
go there.
I won't go
I
there.
had enough with
My
that.
mom got me a whipping for nothing. That's all I'm
No,
gonna say.
it was something. So let's don't go there. Move on to next.
You need to apologize for both of y'all because I'm telling you, as a grown man, I didn't do what my mom said I did. So I want an apology.
Well, your mama should apologize then.
We don't believe in apology.
What you mean? Yes, we
You
do.
never apologize. What you do wrong?
I don't do anything wrong.
Well, you see what kind of dad you have.
Oh yeah. This is where I'm from. If you're just tuning in, this is how I grew up. This is our conversations all the time. My dad keeps it real. He always says, "I make it real. I make it real." And on my performance, he gave me an 8. My mom gave me a 10. My own father was like, "Oh, that's an 8. That's an 8. You were all right."
8 is good.
No.
It's a B.
8 is great. You know, in my scale, 8 is great.
It is. In your scale, 8 is great.
Exactly, because hardly
But I would
anybody gets a 10 in my scale.
But I think you're my father. At least you can like tilt the scales a little bit for your son.
Well, that's why we got a problem in this country about people not being honest. You see,
That's
and
true.
I don't want to be in that group.
Okay. So
I
you
wanna
honest.
keep it real.
You keep it real.
Yeah. That's a problem in this country. People
Calm
not
down.
honest.
Calm down.
Gotta
calm
be
down.
honest. And then we wouldn't have these problems we got today.
Okay. All right. I hear you. Well, you were honest with my 8. You told me I cried too much. You said it looked like somebody died. All right. I got All right. So, Mom and Dad, I want to talk to you because the last podcast, a lot of questions came in from the last podcast. And on my Patreon on Thursday, I'm going to drop a special edition where y'all answer a lot of questions that all these listeners sent in. So if you're a listener of the pod, email me, michaelyovip@gmail.com if you have a question for my parents, and I'll put it on my Patreon and you can listen to them answer all these questions. But one question I do want to ask you on the podcast, so many people asked about, is the letter that my mom supposedly wrote and she didn't write it.
Yeah.
You know,
what about it?
Okay, so let me catch everybody up because a lot of people, they're checking out the podcast for the first time. My dad said when he came to America, my dad met my mom in Korea, came back to America, and I asked him on the last parent pod I did, I said, what made you fall in love with my mom and bring her over? And he said, she wrote me the sweetest letter. And that's when I knew I was going to marry her. So that's when he brought her down, got married, and had me. Now, my dad said later on, he found out my mom didn't even write the letter.
That's what I heard. She told me she didn't write the letter after
she told you she didn't write the letter.
Yeah, after I married her.
So here's the question I got from so many people. If you didn't write the letter, Mom, who wrote the letter?
Okay, I had another help. You know, back then I wasn't that good at English. So I had a help.
Did you have help or did somebody write the whole thing for you?
No, I had a help. So then I don't know what to say. They tell me what should sound like it. I said, that sounds good.
Well, that sounds to me like somebody was saying, hey, this sounds good. And you were like, yeah, write that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's not
Most of them
that's
is
not writing.
very
That's like me
few
reading a
words.
book going, that sounds good, and I just copy what they said. I mean, that's plagiarism.
Yeah.
Well, Micah, sometimes you don't think certain word, but somebody say, "Oh yeah, that's it." So something like that.
So they just helped you out with a couple of words.
Yes, but most of them is a come from bottom of my heart.
Do you believe that story, Dad?
Say yes.
Somewhat.
No, you gotta make it real. He makes it real. Are you backing down from my mom now? What do you really believe, Mr. Make It Real?
Well, I believe she probably had a little bit of that in her heart, a little. But the thing that I liked about the letter was she said, if I were a little bird, I would fly over there and meet you. Ain't that nice? If you were a little bird, she would fly over here to the U.S. and to be with me. That was sweet, wasn't it?
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
So
that's what got you right there.
Oh man, it melted my little heart.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, you have a little heart?
Little bitty heart.
Little video. Stone cold though. Stone cold. Give your own son an 8. All right. So the other part of the pot I want to talk about, you guys had a bet. Y'all had a bet on losing weight.
Oh yes.
Okay, so Mom and Dad, tell everybody about the bet. I don't want to not the outcome, but how did this bet come about? It's about losing weight. Go ahead.
Well, she started losing weight a lot compared to me. And then I said, I'm going to do the same thing. In fact, I'm going to beat you at it.
Because y'all done this before, correct?
I haven't bet with her before.
No,
this was the first time I bet with her.
But she's betted you that you couldn't lose weight at a certain time, correct?
I don't recall that.
I thought she said one time she thought you were getting heavy and she said, all right, $50 if you lose such and such.
No, I don't recall that. Do you? No, I don't recall that.
Oh, well, y'all lying to me because I recall that.
Well, we might get old, so we forget.
Yeah, we're going into Alzheimer's probably.
All right, so you guys bet, and what was the bet?
Well, we were going to lose. The first one that loses 5 pounds would win from the weight we were at when we started.
And how long did you give yourselves?
It didn't matter how long it was, but we were thinking about a month.
Okay.
Maybe a month to lose it.
And what was your training, Dad?
My training? Oh, treadmill.
Treadmill. And how long did you do the treadmill?
I doubled the rate. I doubled the time I spent on the treadmill. I doubled the calories I burned on the treadmill to win this bet.
So how long were you on the treadmill a day?
Must a nice snack too.
But how long were you on the treadmill?
4 hours.
4 hours a day?
Yeah.
But my mom said you were eating like junk food at night.
A little.
What were you eating?
Oh, ice cream.
No, he did cut out a lot too, ice cream.
I cut down the amount of junk food I ate by half too. I doubled the exercise, cut the junk food down by half.
And Mom, what was your training?
Well, I eat 3 meals a day and elliptical and treadmill for 1 hour a day.
1 hour a day. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's the final results?
Boy, she slaughtered me.
How much weight did you lose, Mom?
4 pounds.
4 pounds. And how much did you lose, Dad?
Nothing. Zero. You know something is wrong about that, right? I don't know what it is, but that's not right.
Yeah, it sounds wrong. If you were walking for 4 hours a day, unless your body just got used to that exercise and it doesn't do anything for your body, because that could happen.
Well, I can't understand why I don't lose at least something. I weighed exactly the same as I weighed when I started, and that does not make sense to me.
You cut out half the food and you doubled the exercise and you lost nothing.
Nothing. Zero.
So what'd the winner get?
A dinner.
So you had to buy her dinner, huh?
At one of these exclusive Houston restaurants.
Oh, okay. And Mom, why do you think my dad lost his bet?
Excuse what?
What?
Why do you think my dad lost?
He didn't. I keep asking him pick up some speed on treadmill. He do 2 miles per hour. You know that he always did that. So
No, that can't be it, because I'll lose weight without doing all of this.
Well, obviously not.
Well, I have. I started at 189, and I'm 174 right now. So I have.
Wow, yeah. Good job. You look good. I was about to say you look good.
But
no, he doesn't.
He's keeping it real.
She's making it real.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Exactly.
So you don't think he looks good, Mom?
Exercise. You know, I was doing 500 calories. Started doing 1,000 calories for this bet and lost nothing. So something is wrong.
Mom.
Cut the junk food down by half.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. So you know something, I was pumped.
Maybe my mom like fixed the scale on you. You know, maybe she cheated.
Let me tell you what I did. I couldn't believe that scale either. You know, we get naked away.
I don't want to visualize that, Dad.
Okay, no,
that's too much information.
So I got on the scale, and it told me 174 pounds, and I weighed 3 times. I got on 3 times, got off, got back on, got off, got back on. I did that 3 times, gave me the same number each time. So I said, it must be 174. I put my clothes on, walked a few paces down and took them back off because I couldn't believe it was right, and tried it all over again. It was still 174.
So are y'all
unbelievable?
So are y'all like trusting each other's weight, or y'all both just sitting there naked, standing on the
scale at the same time?
Oh, okay. So she could say anything then.
I don't cheat. You know, I don't cheat.
But she does.
Well, not in the weight category. She doesn't cheat in the weight. She cheat on tennis. That's a long time ago.
And when we play games for Christmas, oh, she's a cheater. My mom cheats on those games on Christmas.
I'm never gonna play with you, Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a cheater. She want to win so bad.
Yeah, you know, due to this coronavirus, I lose a lot of weight. Reason is that I have to eat my own cooking.
Oh, and Korean cooking is overall healthy.
Yeah, that's why I lost a lot of weight. I think it's over 3 months, I lost about 10 pounds.
Wow, that's great. That's great. But my dad's lost 15, so.
But that's been over years.
Oh, years. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about last 3 months. So I lost a lot of weight.
All right.
And I can't wait to go out eat junk food, but it looks like we're stuck in the house again.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. You know, when you were in LA, Mom, I gave you Corona. You took it home. We don't know if my dad got it or not, but Houston didn't have a problem at that time. Now Houston has exploded over there, but you kind of saw that in LA. You saw the news in LA, but how is it in Houston right now? And what are y'all doing to stay safe? Are y'all going anywhere or just staying home?
We're not really going many places at all, especially you there. You know, if I gotta go shopping, I do my own. You know, I go by myself. So we do go out for dinner time to time at Clubhouse. That's mainly, you know, I guess elder people go there. I feel kind of safe. We know everybody, you know, they kind of keep themselves decent. Stay home.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah. So you feel safe at that restaurant, Dad?
No. I don't feel safe, man. You know, the people who know you there, they come up and talk to you right in your face.
Oh.
You know, I don't like that at all.
But do you keep it real and say, get out of my face?
No, I start talking with him, man.
Why don't you make it real? Why don't you tell them, hey, back up? Y'all up in my face.
Yeah, I should tell them that, but I'm going to bring my mask this time.
Well, no, we do keep distance. And what happened is that they want to hug. Your dad did say.
Why are they hugging? It's a pandemic. You don't need to be hugging.
We don't hug.
We don't hug. We do the air hug.
Air hug.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're not going to touch me, man. I told one guy to back off.
There you go. One.
Yeah.
What about everybody else?
No, I said, come on in. No, I'm just joking. I'm okay. I never had any symptoms, and I'm still okay. And I don't go many places. And I think the clubhouse is pretty safe.
Okay.
Because the people who go there, they're probably okay.
Yeah, a lot of elderly people goes there, so they cannot stay home, you know.
Yeah, except there. And then they spread it to other elderly people. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Well,
So far in this area, I haven't heard anybody got the
Oh, yeah, because people out there just saying, I got it. No. Oh, man, just stay home. Just pick up and bring it home. You don't need to see anybody.
Well, I told them I got it so they would stay away. They kind of backed off there. I said, I got this thing. Y'all want it?
All right, I think I'm going to end the podcast on that one right there. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. Dad, since you only gave me an 8 on AGT, what can I do better?
Funnier material, maybe. Maybe that might help.
All right, I'll work on that for you. I'm crying over here. I'm crying, but it's tears of joy. It's tears of joy.
All right.
People, Thursday, I'm going to drop a podcast on my Patreon. I'm going to ask y'all a bunch of questions on Thursday because we got tons of questions that came in for you guys. If you need love advice, you can ask. I want people to ask love questions too, relationship advice, because you've been married, I don't even know how long now, 47 years, 46 years?
Well, whatever you age.
Plus one, right?
Plus one more year. 46
years you've been married. So anything you want to ask my parents, email me, michaelyovip@gmail.com. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek into my parents and my life, and this is how I grew up, and this is why I have no confidence. All right, guys, I love you.
We love you too.
All right, everybody else, please subscribe to the pod. Give it 5 stars. That does so much. Subscribe, give it 5 stars, and please leave a comment. Thank you once again for showing me so much love on AGT. It meant so much. It was such an incredible night for my family. I couldn't even sleep last night. I stayed up to 3 a.m. shaking because I was still just excited about the whole thing. I woke up 3 hours later. I've been up ever since. So I really appreciate you guys. Love you for listening to the pod. DC, I will be there July 30th through 2nd. And DC Comedy Loft. In Minneapolis, I will be at House of Comedy at the end of August. Get your tickets, michaelyo.com. Links are in the comments section. I appreciate the love. I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to The Michael Yo Show.